Now, meteorologist Marty with Southern Colorado's most accurate forecast.
Well, it's warmed up as we expected. We're already at 70 degrees in much of Colorado Springs. That is the temperature now at Overhead Door near Powers and Galley, where the wind, at least for now in that location, isn't terribly strong. You see some high clouds rolling overhead, but nearer to the mountains, we've had some gustier areas. Right now, west at 12 is what we're getting reported from Pueblo West. It's 72 degrees there. At Highway 50 and Purcell Boulevard, now in east, we have 76, also with a west wind. It's up around 15 miles an hour. On occasion, we've had some gusts running between 20 and 25. Skycast shows that through the evening hours, we'll probably have at least a little bit of cloud cover to contend with, kind of like we have out there now, but it's just going to filter out the sun. We don't expect any rain out of it. Through midnight or so, you see we'll still have some of the passing clouds, and then as we get into tomorrow morning, those should break up a little bit. What you don't see on here is that the wind may start to pick up after midnight again. That's in response to an approaching cold front, which, by the way, will help to keep our temperatures quite mild tonight. We don't expect that many areas will fall out of the 40s for much of the night. A few spots may briefly dip into the 30s. That's more likely as you head up into the higher terrain, of course. But by tomorrow morning, you may actually start to warm previous to the front actually getting here, which will happen a little after sunrise. When that comes in, we'll notice the winds pick up a little bit. There's very little cloud cover associated with this on Skycast, so it's a relatively dry front, and it's only going to minimally impact our temperatures. Late in the day, you see some green on the map here, an indication of maybe some sprinkles. I think more than that, we'll be talking about some virga, but we will have some afternoon clouds, especially over and near the mountains during the day tomorrow. Highs, instead of 70s and 80s, we're talking 60s and 70s, so again, the cooling won't be dramatic, but it shouldn't be quite as warm as today, and it might take a little bit longer for us to reach those high temperatures as compared to today as well. Look for 70-ish or so on Friday in Colorado Springs. We'll stay in the mid-60s on Saturday, then fall into the 40s on Sunday. Still looks like we'll have a chance for some scattered rain and snow showers on Sunday. So if you have some outdoor plans, obviously Saturday's your day if you have the flexibility to schedule it such. Look for some warming early next week, 50s on Monday. We should hit the 60s on Tuesday. We will have periods of wind throughout this next 7 days, as we often do in the spring. Pueblo, 71 for tomorrow, then 76 on Friday. We'll keep you in the 70s on Saturday, then hover around 50 on Sunday. Could have a mixture of some rain or a little bit of light snow on Sunday. Doesn't appear that you'll have to worry too much about accumulating snow. And then we're back up to 70 by Tuesday. Around Fremont County, we have some wind today. Tomorrow will be just a touch cooler, perhaps, with lower 70s. We'll stay in the 70s through Saturday. I think when we hit the weekend, the latter half of the weekend here on Sunday, we'll have a mixture of rain and snow, and that'll be dependent on the terrain, of course. Along the river, I wouldn't worry too much about snow, but maybe on the mountains we could pick up some accumulating snow. We'll have to track that closely the next few days. Pretty cool on Monday, but we're back into the 60s by Tuesday and Wednesday. Teller County looks relatively quiet. Couldn't rule out a sprinkle tomorrow afternoon, as Skycast was suggesting. Again, not getting too excited about that, but we'll go with 50s for the rest of the week. Into the first half of the weekend, only 30s on Sunday, and we'll likely get some wet snow out of that. How much remains to be seen. Doesn't look like a huge storm, but we could, pick up at least some minor accumulations out of it, so we'll track that closely the next few days.
All right, and this red flag warning is going to last until 8 tonight?
8 o'clock, yeah. And it is getting pretty windy out there. I was out and about here in between the shows, and yeah, there are some spots where it's blowing pretty hard.
All right, thanks, Marty.
You're welcome.